Hey guys, today we're going to be doing fajitas. Here we've got our fajita mix, we've got our steak, our peppers, our onion, and our tomatoes. We're going ahead and putting the oil in, that way we can be getting it warmed up. Here he's just mixing it around, just trying to get it all coated and even and just trying to get it to cook. Also, guys, leave some comments about what you all want me to talk about during these recordings, because sometimes I just don't know what to say. And please don't ask for seasoning measurements, because as I've told y'all in many videos, we eyeball our seasonings. So, I mean, go with your heart. Here, he's going to be adding some sazon. This stuff does stain, so just be careful with this. Preferably don't wear any clothing that you might not want to get the seasoning on. This stuff has stained my fingers many times just by opening and closing the lid. Here, we're mixing. Just trying to get that stuff to cook. Also, this is like a roast, so we have to cook this for a good little bit. This is why we add the lid. That way, once we do add the peppers and onions and the tomatoes, the meat will be like tender and not chewy. I also sped this video up if y'all couldn't tell. Back on with the lid. We're going to let this sit a little bit longer. Also, this is one of my favorite skillets. I guess you would call this a skillet when I or he is making, these bigger dishes. It's very convenient. Here, he's just adding some salt. Add the salt to taste. And all your seasonings are going to have salt in them, so just be careful with the salt. Here, he's adding adobo. As I mentioned, these are our go to seasonings. We love these seasonings in just about everything. Mixing that all up, getting all that incorporated. This way it can cook in with the meat. Stirring that around just a little bit more, just so that meat can just keep cooking as evenly as possible. We also want some of that humidity, I guess you would call it, from that steam that he kept letting drain off the lid into the meat. Cook off, that way it's not very watery. Here you can see he's adding in the bell peppers, and I believe there's also some jalapenos in here. There's yellow, red, orange, green, and well, everybody knows what jalapenos look like, so here he's mixing these in so these can cook just a little bit and get tender. Once these are nice and tender, we will move on to the next step. Also, at the end of this video, you won't see it, but I do add Worcestershire and I believe garlic pepper or garlic powder, one of those two. And I eyeballed those. I did not measure, so just eyeball. And that was only because when I came in there and tried it out, it just needed something extra, and it was the Worcestershire. I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's how I say it, so oh well. Here, he's going to add in the onion. Yes, my kids absolutely love fajitas, but we cook this enough to where all of the vegetables, the onions, all of it has a really good flavor. So it doesn't have like that oniony taste or that peppery taste. And I do have some picky children. Mix that all in, get that all mixed up together. And that way them onions can cook down and mix in with the peppers. And that cooks for a little while, and then we get ready to add the next step. You're going to see us mixing this quite a few times just because this is such a big skillet that it just needs to be constantly moved. Here you see us adding our tomatoes. These tomatoes were sliced like long ways, they were not diced. Here he adds in some cilantro and give all of that a good mix. We just like the freshness that it gives. And that's basically how we make our fajitas. So, like, subscribe, share, and give us a follow, guys.